All right.
For some reason, I think I'm going to cut it to 1 minute for ones like that.
Now we're getting into like the real games now.
Yeah, the real games are coming. For some reason, that one just snuck in there. Don't worry about that little guy.
Another bowl game that the name is pissing me off. It's the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman.
And it doesn't feature any military.
North Carolina and Temple.
Ugh.
Like what?
I'm pretty sure I'm taking Temple.
I would much rather than be like, listen, it has to be military, so we're going to get the Citadel and VMI to play. I'm like, okay, sure.
Like, they couldn't get, like, Air Force or Navy? Neither one?
Well, Air Force is in a better bowl, Navy's in a better bowl.
Yeah, but one of them should be, like, contractually obligated to have to play.
Maybe. 8-4 Temple, 6-6 North Carolina. North Carolina is a 5.5-point favorite. Why? I have no fucking clue.
I don't know, but I'll take that bet all day.
I have no fucking clue as to why.
Doesn't make any sense.
Is it just because of Sam Howell?
Well, yeah, he's a fucking monster. 3,350 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
I mean, that's great, but it doesn't mean...
Beautiful.
Those numbers are beautiful, but it doesn't mean shit if your team can't stop anyone.
If your team is 6-6, what's the point in being so fucking prolific?
Do you think he stays there?
No.
No, he's got to transfer.
He's got to transfer.
He's gonna take over for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let that fly through between conference.
You're right. Perhaps not, but like it just, I don't know. He's not going to stay there.
For the Ducks to take a look at him.
Penn State could use him. I don't know. Anyways,
either one of you guys could use him, to be quite honest.
Russo, on the other hand, also has decent 27-33 in terms of yardage. They have the same exact number of completions, 234. Russo has 11 more attempts. Doesn't quite have that 2-to-1 ratio, 21 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. I think that's close enough for me.
Yeah, it's 2-to-1 almost.
Rushing is very similar. North Carolina, 159 carries, 919 yards, 3 touchdowns. Their running back is Michael Carter. For Temple, running back is Ramon Davis. And he's 178 carries, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. The big difference between them is the touchdowns. Other than that, they're pretty much equal runners.
I think Temple's defense carries the day.
I think so too. Although, North Carolina did almost beat Clemson. If they weren't stupid and went for a 2-point conversion, they would have taken it to overtime.
Almost doesn't count.
All right. Anything more you want to say about this poorly named bowl?
No.
Okay. New Era Pinstripe Bowl. Michigan State, 5-point favorite over Wake Forest. This goes to show you how fucking piss poor the ACC is this year. That an 8-4 Wake Forest is a 5-point underdog to Michigan State, who's 6-6.
Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
What was that?
So 2 minutes go.
The ACC is garbage. I always take Big Ten teams. Michigan State.
I just want to know if you can work it.
Ugh.
Yeah. 16 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Shitty numbers, man. For a guy who was so good last year, shitty numbers. Like, big regression.
We gotta go with Michigan State solely for head coach Mark D'Antonio.
Fuck that guy.
Obviously, we're supporting him.
Dude's a fucking scumbag. Fuck him. We're named after the Marshall basketball head coach. Fuck Mark D'Antonio. Dude's a fucking scumbag. Give me Wake Forest. Let's go Wakey Leaks. Hell yeah.
Whatever. That's adorable.
Their quarterback, 2,693 yards, 23 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not bad.
Yep, and the ACC is a shit conference.
ACC is a shit conference. That is factual.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on, unless anyone else got something to say.
Nope.
All right. The Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl.
All right.
8-4 Oklahoma State is a 7-point underdog to whack-ass Texas A&M.
Okay, State.
I don't understand. Some of these spreads don't make any fucking sense to me.
Well, Kellen Mond...
Disrespecting your boy Chubba. Just disrespecting him.
Almost 2,000 fucking rushing yards.
2 minutes, go.
That's crazy.
He's got almost as many rushing yards as the quarterback has passing yards.
That's fucking nuts.
We're talking about 2,065 passing yards for Sanders as opposed to 1,936 rushing yards for Chubba. 21 touchdowns for Chubba Hubbard. On the other hand, Kellen Mond probably... Listen to this. This dude sucks. 245 completions. Guess how many passes?
Over 1,000.
Close. 400. He has 155 incompletions.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? And now we got gangsta-ass Mia Yim on the TV.
No, next.
Running back comparison, we're not even going to try. You can't compare him to Chubba.
Don't bother.
Texas A&M 7.
The only thing I've heard that lends some credence to the spread is that there's some thought that Hubbard might decide not to play because he's draft eligible. He hasn't he hasn't declared for the draft or anything that I know of yet. But that's the only reason I could see this going slightly the other way. But if Hubbard is there,
let's be honest. What's the most important position on the field?
Quarterback.
Referee.
And Kellen Mond is far superior to Spencer Sanders.
That's
far
fine,
superior.
but if you don't put it in his hands, it's not going to make a difference. Now, if the spread had swung after he had announced that he wasn't going to play, that makes sense to me. But to deliberately come out like this makes it seem like you already know. And if you don't, then this might be a bad move by fucking Vegas.
It's also in Texas. I mean, Oklahoma's not far from Texas.
What the fuck is the difference? They're basically the same.
It's played in Houston. I mean, not that
one
far from
has
either.
pro football team, other does not. That's the difference between Texas and fucking Oklahoma. The other has a hockey team, the one doesn't.
I mean, I'm willing to bet the difference in driving is maybe 2 hours. Maybe.
Depending on which part of Texas you're going to.
Yeah.
There's people that live on the border.
Tex-Mex.
All right. Let's move on to... actually, this is probably one of the more interesting games. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
Oh, fucking A.
What the fuck is that name? What is that name? Why isn't it the Holiday Inn Holiday Bowl?
How has a porn company not been able to purchase one of these?
The Brazzers Bowl.
Yeah, like...
I think didn't one of them try?
They might have, but
Pornhub tried to name an arena.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, how can they not afford it?
Credit Union, and it's got USC in it, so there's, there you go. It's in San Diego.
The worst one is the next one we're going to talk about.
It's at their stadium, too. The San Diego County Credit Union owns the stadium.
That's fine, but that's like hosting a fucking bowl at UAlbany and calling it the CEFCU Bowl. Nobody fucking knows what that is.
It's true. It's true. That's why Siena won't even come to play Albany.
Why, they're represented by Capcom?
No, CEFCU Arena is too small. Yeah, because the game only draws about 20...
Yeah, because you guys are selling out the Pepsi Arena.
Yeah, because you don't get 2,700 people.
What a bullshit fucking excuse.
Yeah. They just don't want to step off of their fucking pretty little campus.
Yeah, they need that little dead spot in the floor.
Yeah. Anyways, USC versus Iowa. Iowa is a 1.5 point favorite.
Oh.
Even though they have to travel all the way to California, and USC gets to sleep in their beds the night before.
No, I'm still taking Iowa. I'm telling you, this is the first year I've gone all Big Ten. All Big Ten, because there's usually one I don't choose. But I hate the other team just so fucking much.
Yeah, I got you. Have you started our 2 minutes, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
No. You got a minute and change left.
All right. Keaton Slovis, man. This dude's fucking monster. Quarterback for USC. Him and then, was it Chris Fake?
Matt Fake.
Matt Fake. Have split time. He's already the fucking backup.
Fink, but I call him Fake.
Fink. Yes. Fake. Whatever. He's already the backup because USC's starting quarterback got hurt first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already the backup. All right. Then he gets a backup because he gets hurt. Still throws for 3,250 yards.
I just do the QB carousel in this game.
Yeah.
Just like keep them on their toes. Like send him out, rotate it.
28 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Nate Stanley, the quarterback at Iowa, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 2,738 yards. Neither of them really have that good of a rushing attack. Big difference. USC's got some really good fucking receivers. Pittman, what's his name? St. Brown.
Malapi was
running
back.
Iowa, I don't know. They got guys that make big catches, but they don't have big yard receivers. Over under on this is 52.5. That's
I actually think that's going to be under, but I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be pretty close.
USC is one of the better defensive teams in the Pac-12. Iowa is one of the better defensive teams in the country. I don't think it's going to get to 53 points.
I could see it being like 20-17.
I was just going to say 21-17 is probably something like
it's going to be close to that. That would be my assumption as well.
Either that or it's going to be a blowout and still doesn't get to 53.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Are we good to move on from the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes anyway.
The worst name for any bowl game this season.
I doubt it, but go ahead.
The Cheez-It Bowl.
At least it's a company I've heard of.
You got Air Force in that.
You got Air Force, who's a 2.5-point favorite in the Cheez-It Bowl against a 6-6 Washington State team. We're talking about a team that blew a 35-point fourth quarter lead.
Yeah,
UCLA.
I know who I'm going with.
Air Force.
Go.
Jesus Christ. Do we even...
No, we don't.
Although Washington State's quarterback, holy fuck.
I mean, they fucking stink.
Holy shit. I did not realize. This dude looks like a douchebag too. But 5,228 yards, 45 touchdowns, 16 interceptions.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have a defense.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Your quarterback has to put up numbers like this, and you fucking let up 30-point leads.
Oh, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Whereas Air Force, obviously a rushing team, but their quarterback has completed he's completed more than half of his passes, 52 of 99, 1,286 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But, they have, 5 running backs. So I'm not even going to worry about if their leading rusher has however many yards, because they literally run the ball with every fucking player on the team. All right.
But they're also one of the few, military teams that can pass, so you better respect it.
That's true. I mean, you can't be called Air Force
and not throw the ball. Yeah, I get it.
Because then you should just be called Ground Force.
That's the Army.
All right. We good to move on?
Yeah.
Move on.
The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. That New Year's Six Bowl that's being played on December 28th.
We get it. You're bitter about it. Get over it.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like putting fucking Denver in the Big East for lacrosse. That does not make sense.
A lot of things in sports don't make sense, Dan. Just deal with it.
The Arizona Cardinals in the NFC East did not make sense.
Yeah, remember that shit.
Anyways, number 17 Memphis at 12-1 versus number 10 Penn State at 10-2. This is one of the more promising bowl games.
I think Memphis will keep it close early, but they should just be happy to be there.
I don't think they should just be happy to be there. I think they got a rough draw having to play Penn State. I feel like if they
Right,
were,
but what I'm saying is in a